Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I am back with another apartment renovation, and we are renovating 2B Jasmine Suites in the Spice District of San Myshuno. And today I just really wanted to build something that was my own personal style, something that was a little bit darker in color scheme, really cozy, lots of browns, blacks, grays, and just something really comforting. I feel like lately I've been doing a lot of builds that are more rustic, as we just got the Horse Ranch expansion pack, and also some pink builds. I did do that Barbie dream house somewhat recently, and I may be working on something else somewhat related to both of those concepts that a lot of you have suggested that might be a little bit rustic and a little bit pink. So I really just wanted to take a break and do something that was more my style. So that is what we are doing here today. I really hope you enjoyed this build. If you do and you'd like to download it, it will be available in the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi, and you can also find it under the hashtag Gryphi. I will have all of that down below in the description, as well as the exact name that I name this apartment build, as the gallery has been very finicky lately, and that should hopefully help you be able to find it a little bit easier. Starting in the kitchen, as usual, as this is my favorite room to decorate in any build. I just feel like it gives you a good idea of how the rest of the home is going to be structured and the style you're going for. I feel like you hear a lot like the kitchen's the heart of the home, and I don't know. I really like decorating kitchens, all the different counter options and all of the clutter. It's really fun for me. So I started there, and I ended up going with these really modern counters from the Cool Kitchen Stuff pack. And that kind of helped me figure out how I wanted to decorate the rest of this apartment, because I knew I wanted it to be really cozy and a darker color scheme, but I wasn't sure which style I was going to go for. Like, I could have gone more traditional or a little bit more like, I don't know, like older furniture or like thrifted furniture, but I ended up going for a more modern vibe because of how I ended up decorating the kitchen. So I think that was really fun, but I could probably do another build that has this sort of color scheme that's a little bit different in style. Let me know what you'd like to see, because I would like to do some more apartments and tiny houses and stuff sometime soon. I've been getting out of my comfort zone and building a lot of bigger builds, and I mentioned a bigger one that is coming soon. So I think it'd be really fun to do some more smaller things as well. And I've been getting some comments from y'all that you want to see more of these anyway. So any suggestions you have would be greatly appreciated. I always read the comments and get a lot of my build ideas from y'all. So anyway, we're moving into the living room now, and I decided to use the sofa from the Book Nook kit. It is so cozy. I really love this sofa, and it's quickly become one of my favorites. And I honestly think that this rug from the Growing Together pack was perfect for this apartment. It added a little bit more color in it, as it has a little bit of like a reddish orange in there. But I think the other colors just like worked beautifully with this space. And I was really excited to use it, because I look at it every time I'm building, but I'm like, oh, I don't think it's going to fit in here. But I love this rug. Like, I would like it in real life. So I thought it was perfect in this space. And the coffee table I used is actually from the Myshuno stuff pack. It's also a really beautiful table, and I thought that it matched the wood tone I was using in this apartment quite well. So I used that there, and we should be just getting a tray up there from the paranormal stuff pack. And later on, I'm going to be adding some magazines on there as well. But for right now, I just want to finish up decorating this space. A little bit later on, I do decorate the top of that stack of the luggage pieces I put down. That's a side table, I think, from City Living, and it's just so pretty. And I thought it would work nicely there. And then over here, I end up using a really big dining table, but I put it up against the wall. I thought it really helped utilize the space over here. And it's actually the matching table to the kitchen set that I'm using. This is also from the Cool Kitchen Stuff pack. And so I thought that that was nice. And I paired it with these chairs from high school years and one of my favorite paintings, which I think is from the, oh goodness, what is the name of that pack? It's the, I can't think of it right now. But that's one of my favorite paintings. You've probably seen me use it many, many times. I just think the tones in it are really nice. And of course, they match this apartment quite nicely. And then this little basket is actually from the Horse Ranch pack. It's brand new. It has like some condiments in it and some like folded up silverware and stuff. I just thought it was a nice decoration to put on a dining table. And then I just got a little wall separator over here, like a wall divider a room divider piece from Eco Lifestyle to make it so that the entryway feels a little bit more separate from the rest of the apartment before adding another plant over here. And then I think we should be decorating the entryway, which is pretty simple. And I used a lot of things from the Everyday Clutter Kit because it's just so perfect for this sort of thing. I love having a place to hang up your keys and put the mail when you first walk into the house. I know I have one of these key racks right inside my front door and a nice mirror to check yourself out as well. And I end up having a chair over here, I believe like a nice lamp, and over on the other side, a little dresser. So it ends up being pretty simple over here, but I think it looks nice having it being a little bit more defined by that wall divider and just having some of those cool items from the Everyday Clutter Kit. I feel like it's so nice, all of the items we've gotten over the last year or so, that just really add some realism to the game. Obviously, those items from the kit are very realistic because they're your everyday clutter items, but I feel like a lot of packs recently have been adding little bits and pieces like that. I mentioned recently with Horse Ranch, we just got some more plates and pots and pans and things like that, and those are just items that are going to make their way into almost every build. So it's really nice that we're slowly getting things like that. So anyway, this is pretty much the entryway finished. I'm just going to be getting a rug here by the front door, and then I believe we'll be heading into the hallway right off of this because this apartment, the layout I did with this one, it does have a hallway space that leads into the bedrooms, and I actually really like the layout I used in this apartment. I'm not sure if I've ever done it before, but I think it looks really cool, and I was really proud of it because obviously, unless you're using the tool mod, you're kind of stuck with the apartment shape and where the windows are, so coming up with different floor plans each time is kind of challenging. So whenever I do one that's a little bit different than I've done in the past, it's always really exciting for me. Definitely let me know what you think of this layout. Oh, also, I should be swapping out this plant in the corner. I love this plant from the Cottage Living pack, but it is way too shadowed. When you bring it inside, there's just a really harsh shadow on it, so I decided to swap that out, and then we are just getting some decorations behind the couch on this lower side table from Eco Lifestyle. I just got some lamps on either side and then some books, and I believe I get the owl statue as well from Growing Together, which is really cute. And I think that pretty much finishes off this living space. It felt like it was missing something, but I think adding that table behind the couch with decor on it and a couple of like stools and ottomans under it really finished off the space and made it feel more complete. Just adding a tapestry on the wall there, and then in this hallway space, I'm going to be getting a closet and a bunch of like lower bookcases from the Book Nook kit to really fill out this space because I didn't want to just add another side table. I figured bookcases would at least be a functional item in this space and fill it out a little bit better. So I got these black ones, and then I raised up a mirror above it from City Living, which I thought was a really interesting way to decorate this space. I really like this mirror. And then I just got some plants and stuff around here, and I tucked the mirror a little bit closer to the wall and tried to center it a little bit better as well. And that's mostly it for the hallway space. I just got a couple more clutter items and a rug. I kept it pretty simple. I didn't want it to be cluttered. I wanted to make sure your Sims could walk through here. And there is that one tile space in the middle, so no issues there. I do really like this rug from Eco Lifestyle. I think it's quite pretty, but these two rooms over here are going to be our bedrooms, and then we have a hall bath at the end of the hallway. That makes sense, a hall bath. But for this bedroom, I did use this bed from Eco Lifestyle. It's one of my favorites in the game. I think it is so pretty, and of course it matches the color scheme in here beautifully of like gray. So that's what I ended up using paired with this rug. And actually, did I keep that rug? I know I like looked through them forever trying to find one that worked well, and of course I brought in those black curtains as well. I said this is a 2-bedroom house, and technically it is, but I kind of staged the secondary bedroom as more of an office. It does have a bed in it still. It's a Murphy bed, but I was thinking this was for 1 or 2 Sims that share this bedroom, and then the other room, the Murphy bed, is if they have like company staying over or anything like that. But depending on who you have playing in this house, you could definitely renovate that into being a kid's bedroom or like a roommate's room. There's a lot of things you could do with this build. I just was having a lot of fun figuring out how to lay it out and playing with the color scheme I really enjoy. Let me know if you're more into like the colorful builds or the more neutral ones like this. I'd be very curious to find out. I try and do a mixture of both of them on the channel, so hopefully this isn't too repetitive, but I feel like it's been a little while since I did one like this, so I really hope you enjoy it. Just getting some of our lamps over here on either side of the bed. I know that it's slightly clipping into the pillows. The issue is I keep forgetting to reinstall the red shelf, so I am using the shelf from Dream Home Decorator to put things up here. And it's a little bit taller. You can't move it as close to the ground. So I was trying to work around that to place these items. And then I'm just getting another painting over here. And then we're working on the other side of the bedroom, which I believe I get like a wardrobe and stuff over here, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm a little bit unsure because when I'm watching this back, I start thinking about what I was thinking about putting over there. And then I'm like, but I didn't end up doing that in the end. Because at first I was thinking a sofa would look nice in this area. But I was like, but we don't have a wardrobe. I should probably add some sort of like dresser. So that's what I ended up doing instead. I used this one from Seasons, which isn't one I use very often. I think it's really pretty though. It's just the swatches on it are really strange. So it really depends on the build on it, whether or not I can make it work. And then I used my favorite mirror, of course, from Jungle Adventure. It is just such a beautiful mirror, and I'm always excited whenever I get to use it. And then I grabbed the matching chair that matches the sofas I used in the living room, also from the book nook kit, and like a couple of paintings on the wall. And I will also be grabbing a little stool to put next to the chair, which I think is so cute. And I think I put a plant on that as well. I just think this really finishes off this space and makes it feel intentional and complete. So I was quite happy with that. I was just looking for one that would fit quite nicely without having to do any tricks with shelves. So that's what I grabbed. And then over here, I just grabbed this dresser from Cats and Dogs. And then we are moving on to our next room, which, as I mentioned, this is going to be more of a office space that has a Murphy bed in it. And I, of course, used the black swatch of the Murphy bed to try and get it to match the rest of the apartment quite well. It's black and blue. I think it's really pretty, though. And I don't use the Murphy beds that often, which is really surprising because I think they're really cool. And I don't know. We don't have anything else like it. I think it would be nice to have other styles of Murphy beds in the future, but I kind of doubt that they're going to do that since it was such a big feature of the Tiny Living Stuff pack. But at the same time, they've kind of taken features from other packs and repurposed them before. So maybe they still could. I'm not entirely sure. Let me know if you would be interested in getting other styles of Murphy beds, because I think having like more traditional looking ones or just a slightly different style that has more wood tones we might be able to use more often, because most of the swatches of the Tiny Living Stuff is like very bright orangey wood tones. We have one black and one white, but other than that, they're kind of hard to use in every build. And of course, the other swatches would not work in this house whatsoever since we have more of a dark wood tone going on. But I do like the Murphy beds. I think they're a cool concept. Actually, what I would like more than more Murphy beds, but still on the like more beds concept, is I would like couch beds, like pull-out beds. That would be so nice to have. I've decorated some homes before where I kind of combine a bed and a couch to make it look like the couch had opened up and a bed came out, but we don't actually have functional ones of those in the game. So that would be a really cool thing for them to add at some point. I don't know how much other people want that, but I would really like that. As primarily a builder that likes to decorate spaces, I feel like that tells a different sort of story and would be really nice for like studio apartments, to be honest. Because with Murphy beds, that means you kind of have to put the bed up against a wall for it to pull down. But a couch bed, it could just be in the middle of the room. Like, think Mary Tyler Moore Show. I'm dating myself so bad by saying that, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, this is the bathroom. I think the layout in here worked quite nicely. I like the windows at the end of the room and using the same counters from the kitchen. Just really pulling that whole color scheme into this room as well. And I got a couple of pieces of clutter on the countertop from the bathroom clutter kit, actually. And that shelf is not from there. That's from Tiny Living. It's one of my favorite shelves in the game, and I always have to add it. But yeah, just getting a couple last decorations in here, and then we should be heading on into screenshots. I really hope you enjoyed this apartment. Definitely let me know what you think in the comments down below. And if you did enjoy this, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and click that bell to be notified when I upload. Thank you so very much for watching. We're just finishing up the kitchen here and then heading on into screenshots. I hope you enjoy them, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.